Well, hello everybody. I'm Pastor Nathan Keith at Trinity Lutheran Church here in Laramie, Wyoming. On behalf of Trinity Lutheran, my friends and my family, I want to thank you for joining us once again this week to just reflect on life and also Scripture. This week I turn 44, and it's really unbelievable to think what has happened in my last 44 years of my life. And it makes me reflect on a scripture reading that I truly love. It's the reading of when Jesus heals the paralytic. And I love that story, not just because Jesus healed the paralytic, not just because he forgave the sins of the paralytic, but because of the friends that carried this paralyzed man to Jesus. And during this time when we are secluded, I can't help but think and reflect and just truly appreciate all those who have walked alongside of me in this beautiful life during some of those challenging moments, who literally wrapped me up in a blanket and carried me to the feet of Christ. Many of my friends who are watching, seminary professors and friends, other pastors, my family, my friends from high school after my dad died. There are so many people that I could name in my life today in this video who are people who carried me literally to the feet of our God. And that's why I love the healing of the paralytic story. That these four people wrapped up their friend who could not walk, who could not make it to Jesus. They wrapped him up in this mat, in this blanket, and they carried him. They carried him to Jesus, and they dug through the roof and lowered him to God. I thank all of you on this week for all the ways that you have carried one another, myself included, to experience God. And during this difficult time of COVID-19, I invite you to continue to thank those who have carried you, and also to think about who you might need to carry this week and also the weeks ahead. That instead of having anger fill your hearts and your minds about things being closed down, I wonder instead how you could increase compassion in your heart. That how could you look at your life as being someone who is carrying others to God? So in closing, I thank all of you. I thank all of you for joining us in this time to reflect on life together, and I thank you for carrying me to Jesus. So I invite you to continue to grab a corner of that quilt and carry someone in your life, someone who is hurting, someone who is lonely, someone who is afraid, and let them know that they have a friend who is near. So peace to your week.